Yo, like, oh my god, I don't even know how to start this video. Oh god. Hi, my babes. I hope you are well. Listen, this video I'm gonna try to do it very quickly because as you can see, I'm barefaced and I gotta get ready and go, like I gotta run. So first of all, thank you to everybody. I was so in the rush of doing a lot of things, not just for my channel, but even for the other things that I'm working on, that I just forgot to take a break and to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting me from the first video. I know this is just the third video, but still, I thank you everybody, my fine babes. Well, there are gents, so gents as well, thank you so much for supporting. We're just going high from there. Also, never feel intimidated to come and talk to me privately in the comments. Just engage. Like, I don't bite. I do bite sometimes, but that's a whole other story. If I don't know you, I'm not gonna bite, okay? Yeah, I have to be quick. I don't know how I'm going to talk at the same time do my makeup. I already put my Fenty Beauty primer, and this is the I have a hard time focusing. I've had some conversations with the ladies, with the fine babes, and what I noticed is that a lot of you did not really understand the question that I put on Instagram when I asked how long does it take you to see the red flags. But I also had many conversations with the ladies who understood my question, and what I just realized is that many of you ladies, you who are called wisdom, you close your eyes and your ears to the voice that your soul and your spirit is witnessing to you. A lot of you, what you were telling me in the DMs, I was just, okay, I understood because I was there before, but a lot of you are really closing your ears and your eyes to your spirit, man. I was having a conversation with my friend and we were talking about my video, and she was telling me that she's not agreeing with the lady who said that she can see the red flags in a second. And when she told me that, I told her, babes, yes, remember what happened to me. That is a long story, so brace yourself. For the sake of that video, we're going to use three names. The first one is Lori, Jay, and Sammy. I met Lori when I was out with my babe. We went out to eat. We met Lori and Jay. When we met Lori and Jay, we exchanged contacts and we left. So this is how I met Lori, but it is important. I met Lori with Jay. I go out eventually with Lori. So on a Friday, I had to go out with Lori, and as I was going out to see Lori, on my way there, I met Sammy. And when I met Sammy, I was already late, so I did not really have the time to talk to Sammy. I did not even look at this man. I was in a rush, so I just gave him my info and I went to see Lori. Disclaimer, I'm not a pimp. I was just a fine babes enjoying my life and seeing who is the best man to win my heart, okay? So don't judge me. So we went out. I gave my contacts to Sammy and he texted me he wanted us to see each other the same night. First of all, I don't do that. Second of all, I was already with Lori, so there was no way. But I told him that we could see each other the next day, so Saturday, for brunch, because the next day, the Saturday evening, I had to go out with Lori again. So he was like, okay, it's fine. The next day we meet for brunch, and when I see him, remember I told you that the first time that I gave him my contact information, I did not look at him properly. So that day, when I saw Sammy, I was like, are you the same guy I saw yesterday? Proper. This man was proper. Yeah. I was like, hey, I'm really a fine babes. Like, listen, that day I was like, God, you really made me fine. I forgot to tell you. Backtrack. Saturday morning, before I get ready to go brunch with Sammy, I get a notification on my phone, an app on my phone that is requesting me my location. It was from an app that I don't even know. I just let it pass. I had to dress up, so I didn't pay attention to that notification. But you have to remember that. So I went out, I saw Sammy, he was proper. Child, my eyes fell in love. And he wanted us to go out that same evening. So I said yes. But the thing is that day I wasn't really feeling well. So I said yes, but deep down I knew that I wouldn't go out. And I already had the plan with Lori. But I still said yes because handsome man, handsome. He wanted me to go with him to the launch of his business. So it was kind of a business event for him. So I went back to change myself. In the meantime, I texted Lori and I told him that I will no longer go with him to where we had to go because I'm sick, I'm not feeling well. So he was worried, he wanted to bring me stuff and all, and I was like, no, it's fine. Like, don't worry, I'm good. I just want to take this time to relax. I didn't want him to see me that day. When he told me that, he told me something about my location. Mind you, this man never came to where I was. And when he told me that, I felt a little bit the type of way because, like, how does he know? So when that happened, I contacted the girls. Like, I was like, ladies, this man told me this and that. And thank God that my circle is trapped. Listen, you come for me, I come for you, your family, your everything. Still in holiness, but don't try to come for me. Listen, God blessed us with spies, okay? We asked to the spy what we had to do. I call him a spy because I'm not gonna tell you what he truly does, but you know, he just told me, remove your location. So I removed my location. Then I was so disgusted by everything that was happening that I just removed all my makeup, and I even told Sammy, I'm not going out. Like, I'm not going out, I don't feel well. I also told him that I was not feeling well, which was not a lie. So Sammy was like, okay, fine, like, take care of yourself. And I said, okay, I'm taking care of myself. Oh my God, I have to start over the story because this is not how it happened. So at first, Lori contacted me. He texted me and I told him I would not come anymore. That's when he asked to come. And Lori contacted me from a phone number that I don't know. So when Lori contacted me, I was waiting for the call of Sammy. I answered and I didn't recall the voice. So I asked, who was it? Lori said, oh, you don't recognize my voice? And I said, me, like an innocent girl. I said, Sammy? And he was like, yeah, it's Sammy. And I was like, oh, you changed your phone number? And then he was like, yo, you're so not serious. And when I heard him talk, I was like, ah, Lori! And the thing is that Lori, I knew this man was not my husband because, you know, when you're a servant of God, like, you know what you can and you know what you cannot. But this man, why I was still entertaining this guy, is because this man was able to get me out of character. This is something that, yo, you gotta be gifted to do that. It's not easy for me to show my real personality. He really took out my personality, and when he did that, I was like, yo, this guy is a vibe. Like, I've never had that this way. You see, this is what we say, man, your treasure is in the way you carry yourself, in your personality. Like, you can be not ugly, but like, you can be like the less attractive in the room, but your personality can change the game. So this is what happened. I noticed that it was Lori. It was like, you cannot be spilling out your game like that. I was like, okay, but you don't even know who Sammy is. It was like, I know you like this guy. I saw the way you talked to me when I was Sammy. Now that I am Lori, you don't talk to me the same. I had to sweet talk him. I was like, Lori, stop behaved at all. Like, I sweet talked the guy. And then that's when he said something about my location. And when he did that, that's when I was like, I'm probably in danger. Because, yo, why is this man telling me that? And that's when I called the girls and I told the girls. And then the spy told me, remove your location. So I removed my location. And then remember that I told Sammy, I don't feel safe. But Sammy was already in his preparations to go to his business event. This is why I sent him a message and I did not call him, because I knew that he would probably be busy with clients. I texted him and he was taking some time to answer. So when I was seeing that he was not answering, I just went to sleep. The next day we had to see each other again for brunch. But when I woke up, I saw his text message. The guy answered me such a lame answer. I saw that, I closed my phone and I was annoyed, but I still went out with this guy. We went to brunch and we did not really like what we ate, so we decided that we would look for another restaurant. When that happened, he was looking for the restaurant, but he was taking too much time, so I decided to go on my phone and also look for a restaurant. I took my phone, I searched. When I went on Google to look for a restaurant, there was a pop-up on Google that said, hey, you turned off your location. And when I saw this pop-up, it's like I had a trauma, but it's like I really froze. And he saw that. He looked at me. He was like, are you okay? And then he looked at my phone and he saw the pop-up. And then he went like, oh, you turned off your location? And I said, well, yes. I told you yesterday that I was not feeling safe. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, another lame explanation. Like, yo, it was so lame. I don't even remember. I just found a restaurant. See, I even found the restaurant. He was, hey. God, I digress. Anyways, I found the restaurant and we went there. We chose what to eat. We were on the window side of the restaurant, so we could see everything that was happening outside. We eat, we enjoy our time, and I don't know why, but something in my spirit told me, look outside. How do I turn my eyes? I am seeing Jay, which is Lori's friend from the beginning, if you remember. I see Jay coming into the restaurant. At that moment, I'm an expressive babes. I think that you noticed it from the start of this channel. So when I saw him, I think I said, oh my God. So I took my phone. I was screwed. Sammy's like, what's going on? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm Gucci. But in my mind, I was freaking out. I was like, what am I supposed to do right now? Like, I am screwed. It's like I have 15 seconds to know what to do. Either I do as if I don't know this man when he enters the restaurant, I just pretend, and then I let him the opportunity to screw my moment, or either I do as if he's my friend, we're good. And this guy, Lori's friend, Jay, this man was a snake. He knew that his friend was into me and he was faking to be into my friend, but like when we had a moment of just, he was a snake, not a good snake, a bad snake. I was just like, I'm screwed. So I need to decide if I fake, I pretend, or do I not pretend? But you know what I should have done? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I did. So when he entered, I pretended as if like we were good friends. And when he entered, I was like, hey, Jay, like, what's up? But the look he gave me, he gave me the look of like, you got caught. Sammy was seeing all of that and he did not say anything. And you need to understand why it is really important. Is because Lori was out of the city, so he wouldn't have been able to come to that restaurant to see me in action. But to this day, I thank and bless God that it wasn't Lori, because Lori and Jay, they don't have the same personality. But if it was Lori, I would be a dead woman. But still, this man sent his friend, or his friend was the one since the beginning. But I knew that it was one or the other, because the both of them like were, well, one was not a snake, he was showing who he was, Lori was showing who he was, but Jay was a snake. So I don't know if it was him or if it was Lori who sent him, but it happened that he saw me at the restaurant with Sammy. So we left and I continued to entertain this guy, but I already knew he wasn't the one. Like, even when I was talking about him to the girls were always telling me like, yo, you don't like this guy, like you really don't like this guy. So I was still entertaining this guy, but as we were talking, I saw even more that I did not like this guy. Yo, I did not like him. God really orchestrated events for me to really be disgusted. Yo, I was so disgusted about this guy. I was so disgusted about what he was telling me. And it's not that I care about your past, but I was becoming disgusted. Like, it was literally the disgust of the Lord. But I was still pushing until one day I was like, okay, no, I can't anymore. But while I was still pushing, I eventually told him the truth about that day because I really didn't care anymore. And anyway, if you are to end your life with me, I'm gonna tell you like the deepest, scariest things about my life. You gotta be used to it. And I told him the truth about that day. And then I started slowly and I was like, oh, you remember that day? And he was like, yes, I do remember. Like, you were really uncomfortable. When he said that, I was like, okay, so you noticed that I was uncomfortable, but you never spoke to me about this day. Anyways, I was another time disgusted, and I was slowly telling him. And then I told him what happened. I told him everything that happened that day. And you know what he tells me at the end? He says, yeah, maybe it really tracked you, but this is paranoia. I was like, this man must be kidding me. And I think he saw the shock in my face, but then he came back correct. He was like, no, like, honestly, I really think it was that even when I saw him, but don't worry, there are small boys. Like, your life is good now. I think he told me something like that, but he told me something really lame. And when he said that, I knew for a fact that this man was not my husband. Like, that was the peak of my disgust. So that was the first story, and I think that by everything that I told you, you can already know where I'm going. Listen, ladies, you don't need a lot of time with a man to see the red flags. From the beginning, from the second day when I told him that I did not feel safe and that he didn't do anything, from the start I could have stopped, but I continued with him. I gave him chances, but as the days went by, I realized that I did not like him, but I was just wasting my time with him, and eventually I stopped. So you see this story, if we go back in the beginning, I was talking with my friend and she was telling me that she's not agreeing with the girl who said that she can see the red flags instantly. And I reminded her that story, and she came back to me. She answered me, yeah, but Sammy, you had just met him, so what did you expect him to do? Ladies, I'm gonna say something. When a man is a man, he will show you that he is a man from the beginning. What Sammy did was too important. What he neglected, my security, it was too important. So that was the biggest red flag. If there were many red flags, this one would have topped them all, because security, ladies, you want to be with a man that is going to protect you. So this is something that you have to see from the first day. So when she told me that, she said, you had just met him, what did you expect him to do? I was like, babes, do you remember Peter?